This is going to be the first tutorial in a series of tutorials of our content management system. In front of you, you can see the front end of one of our websites. This is what the general public sees when they would go to this particular church's website. And when I go here also, we can see that there is also an administrator where we can administrate some of the more advanced functionalities of the website. So I'm going to log in here real quick. Real quickly, I want you to look at this desktop here of your content management system. You need to think of this kind of like you do when you log into your computer. You boot up your computer, the first thing that you see is the desktop, and on that desktop you have different icons there that go to different programs like Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, maybe Outlook, some other programs that you have installed on your computer. Content management system is very similar to that. You log into your back end, you kind of get this desktop application here, and you can see that you have different buttons, icons that go to different software packages, and each one of those software packages has its own functionality. Now, on the front end of the website, you see that we have our link structure and all those things. If you go here, you see the link structure up top, and you see some other side and bottom menus here. You will also see, if you go to the menu, for instance, on the back end, you'll see those menu systems corresponding here, our main menu, and you can see the same names here as you do on the front end up here at the top. So everything corresponds between the front end and the back end. Some of the things you can actually edit from the front end. We'll get into some of those things in later tutorials, and some you have to do from the back end, but it's really a nice conglomeration of usages where you can use the front end and the back end with multiple staff members to do a lot of things. So anyway, let's go back to our control panel. And I really just want to explain to you a little bit about the different areas on the website. Really on each page, although we do a lot of custom sites, and maybe you have a custom site that you're using with us, but you have a lot of different things that are going on. But really what you want to think of is in terms of modules and content areas. This particular website, for instance, right here, this is the content area here where we see our beliefs. And over here to the right where it says Get Informed, this is called a module position. And we'll talk more about this in depth later, but you want to think in terms of the fact of having content areas and having module positions. This particular thing that says New, Find Out More, this banner, is a module position. This Get Informed over here to the right side, that's a module position. And then if we go down here to the bottom, we can see some menu items down here, Home, Times and Directions, that's a module position. And this little logo down here, that's a module position. And so you see the links up here, those are module positions. And so you have modules and you have content. Now when you have a content area on a page, you can do one or two things. You can either pull in an article, which are the list of articles that we have here on the back end, or a page, when you click a link, can pull in a component. Such, if we go to event calendars, the link is not pulling in one of the articles. The link is actually pulling up a software package right here into the screen. And so this part of the screen, the content area of the screen, will either have an article or it will have a component in it. But however we set up our menu item, if we want it to pull an article or we want to pull it a component, is what will show up in that portion of the website. So this particular link right here, this event calendar link, is been coded to pull up a component here in the center, so instead of an article. So we want to make sure we keep that in mind, and when we're going to edit our site, that there are some things that are components and some things that are plain articles or pages, and that's something to keep in your mind. A lot of times when you go to edit a website, you think about you have a hard time finding these side positions or these bottom positions, and just one of the things that might be a little bit of a hang up is how do I edit that? Well, if I go to the back end here and I go to the control panel, and there is a little icon here that says modules. When I click that, I will have a list of modules that are assigned on this website. Now, over here in the column here, you can see enabled or disabled. I just want to see the ones that are enabled. So let's click this here, and now we can see that we have quite a few modules that have been enabled on this website. We see the footer menu is enabled, the copyright's enabled, different things here enabled, and each one of these modules can be assigned to particular menu items, so that you can have direct knowing of exactly what you're going to show on your page. So we'll be talking more about this in the future. Thank you, and check out our rest of our tutorials.